Welcome to Community Conversations. I'm Miss Ebony J, the host that does the most, and you are listening to 1230 The Buzz, 101.1 The Wiz, and 100.3 Cincy's R&B station, Miss Ebony J. So glad to be here. You know, Community Conversations is my favorite show because I get to come in here, have community conversations with real people about real issues happening in our community, and we provide solutions here. I'm so glad to have in here my sister, Miss Zenobia. How you doing, beautiful?
I'm doing good.
Look, I love it when you come in. You know, I hear you, Cincinnati. I love listening to your show. You're always engaging our community and always, showing support and love. And so Domestic Violence Month is here. And I'm so glad that you able to come in today so we can talk about domestic violence and some of the things that you're doing this month to raise awareness.
All right. Just basically making sure everybody is aware of the domestic violence. And my slogan is to stop the violence, point blank, period. So my event will be my 5th annual Domestic Violence Solidarity Walk, which is November 2nd. It's Saturday at 10 o'clock at the Bond Hill Recreation Center. That's 1501 Elizabeth Place. And I am honored and privileged to be here today with you because, Queen, you came out last year to my 4th annual, and you just came out to observe or to support, and then you stepped up and told your story. And that's something I greatly appreciated because that's what we need, especially our youth, our young folks, because as other older adults, it is hard to speak out.
Yeah.
It is. But we have said so much violence that's going on.
Too much.
You said you need the Lord. Yes, we do all the time. But I did want to make everyone aware that this is happening. It is the 5th annual. And everyone needs support. And it's happening everywhere. It's happening in our colleges, or schools.
Yes.
It's happening in our backyard, down the street,
Yes.
next door. And we just need to be able to speak out. And it has a lot to do with being bullied.
Yeah.
Okay, the domestic violence happens in various ways. It can be physical, mental. It can be verbal.
Emotional.
It can be emotional. So it's a domestic violence, period. So that's why I think that we have a lot of violence that we have now because everyone is so caught up in emotions. And a lot of it has to do, we don't know how to deal with emotions. We don't know how to deal with the anger, the pain, or whatever's going on in our life, where we have maybe dropped the ball on some things as far as our young people, our youth. But then us adults just need to be aware that there is help out there, there is support. And the fact of being that, domestic violence, when you talk about it, is just so wide open, and not to be afraid to approach it and talk about it. A lot of family members don't want to talk about it, what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
It's the silent thing. It's not just the Caucasian thing where you say you keep the secrets, keep it out the door. We don't talk.
Yeah.
And we don't think anybody's going to listen. So, and that's where our young folks get it from. Well, why should I talk?
Right. What's going to change?
Yeah, right. And then most of the time, nothing happens. Or somebody sits there and says, I'm here for you. But then when you start telling them the gravity of what you talking about,
Right.
they're like, oh, well, you know what? I'll see who I can get.
Right.
Because then nobody really want to deal with it or handle it. It's hard.
It's like you don't understand where I am is what most people think. But the truth is we don't discuss our past enough so you can feel that you would understand. I just look at you and just think that you got it all together. But I don't know the nights you cried or the nights you could have died or what was going on in your life to bring you to overcome certain situations. So we look at people, we automatically put them on a pedestal and think that life is this for them, not knowing what they had to overcome. And so what I love about your event is that you do allow people to come and observe and to be a part. But then you have great entertainment, people who sing, people who does spoken word, And then what I love, too, is that we were able to come and learn how to keep ourselves safe.
Oh, that was, I really appreciate.
They had us chopping
right.
boards. You hear me?
Master Ovi Mitchell, he come out. He's been doing it for the last 4 years.
Yes.
And has told me I will be there this year.
Yes.
So, yes, we do need to know how to do CPI or just protect ourselves in general. And that's very important in all cases. But as far as my guests, yes, Cassie's project, my lovely queen,
yes,
Chris
Styles.
She was there for the last 3 years.
Yes.
And I appreciate her coming out and sharing her story of her friend and how she is supporting what made her start her project.
Again, because she wouldn't tell her story to her. And what I love about her story is that it was her friend.
Right.
They talked, like she said, about fashion and clothes and the fun stuff. but they never dug that deep to really express what they were going through as women. And I think that's something that we kind of can see all the time. Women don't want to just come out and be like, you know what, we just argued over this. Like, Queen, what do I do? And then she'd be like, girl, yeah, me and him argued about that too last week. You know, like, how do you change the narrative to even to know how do we respond to things? Because if I've been watching my mama go off and throw stuff all my life when she got upset, how is there a surprise that I'm throwing a pan when I got upset?
Right.
Generational curses continue to live because we don't talk enough about, hey, mom, that was wrong when you threw that pan.
Right.
You know, when you threw that pan at daddy them couple of years ago, I seen that. And so when I was arguing with my dude, I noticed the other day I picked up a pan. You know,
right.
just
Reflex.
to have that kind of conversation on how real life is and how we do pick up the things that we see.
Right.
I've learned that, you know, some people that are abusers, they watched people get abused around them. They didn't want to be an abuser or expect to be it, but it was learned behavior to the point where now they just do cuss you out or
Right.
they do just hit you, knock you upside your head. It's not okay. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying we have to have better conversations with our spouse. While we're dating, these are the kind of conversations that we need to be having. You know, how was conflict dealt with when you were growing up? How did you get your feelings out growing up when someone wouldn't listen? What did you do? Because then now we're learning how they live, how they grieve, how they handle conflict. Some conversations we just don't want to have because it's uncomfortable.
And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's just like anything, you know, alcoholism in your family.
Right.
Suicide.
Yeah, in your family.
And I'm a board member, of that, American Suicide for, suicide prevention. And it's just hard because it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's not just like I said, Caucasian thing, a black thing, or whatever. It's embarrassing to talk about the things that happen in your family.
Yeah.
It's always been a thing with you. What's in this house,
Stays
in this
house.
If I hear you saying anything, it's going to be me and you getting back here.
Yes.
So you don't want to do that. Then, too, if you are wearing that crown of superiority or everything's perfect in my world,
Yes.
with the Joneses, I look good.
Yes.
You can't let that get out.
Yeah.
And that goes for anyone. That goes for celebrities, political members, anybody.
It does.
It's
You
all
right.
about acting 24/7. We are performers every day. We get an Oscar every day, an Emmy every day.
You hear me?
Yes.
You wouldn't know she just got beat up walking in the
Right.
You wouldn't know he just had this experience and he got violated. You wouldn't know because we learn to mask it so well,
Right.
especially with social media now.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's sharing the great things.
Right.
Nobody going on there and saying that it was hard today and I didn't want to get out of bed. I struggled to wake up. I
Right.
didn't want to go to work. Like, nobody getting on there to saying the bad stuff. But we sharing that promotion, that new job, we got the new
Right.
car, we just bought that new man we got. We sharing it, but we don't share enough of when things go wrong and what to do.
And it's very important that we should because, again, as I said, our young adults, our young people, that's why they don't know how to talk. That's why they don't know how to amplify what the issues are going on in their lives or what's happening in their world.
Yes.
Because that's the one thing I say when when I do my show, I hear you. I want to talk to you. Tell me what's going on because I'm not in your world.
Yeah.
That was in my day. We did the same thing, probably, but not the way you all doing it. Y'all on something else.
They
and I'll say
putting
that
a
in a
whole
minute.
new icing on the
Oh,
cake.
yes.
You hear me?
Right, so I'm not gonna pretend like I know where you at, where you come from. Tell me.
Yeah.
But the things that they tell you and the stories that they say, and that's why I think social media is why it plays so heavily because they can hide behind that to tell their stories or to tell their pain. But then when you read that pain, you're like, whoa, wow, you're going through that. Whoa,
Yes.
and you leave it there. And dang, I wish I could speak out like that. And that's why it's important when you have these type of events, like your event, I Am Queen. This event, a domestic violence solidarity walk. You have people that are strong enough to come before you. When I have my guests, or I have people that just come in and want to tell their story, you're like, ooh, what?
Right.
Amazing stories, and you're like, you doing what?
Right.
Virginia Jones, who is spoken word.
I love her.
She come in, she says what she said. She delivered her pain last year.
Yes.
And I was like, whoa.
The queen.
Yes.
Again, Queen V.
Yes.
And again, people hear your names, we give our parents give us names, and then I just feel like God give us names, or we grow into names. And Queen V is her name, and when you hear her story, then you realize why she's queen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you hear my story, then you understand like why I'm pushing the queens, because our journeys is what make us who we are,
Right.
whether we like it or not.
Right.
It's our life. It happened. It's our past. I tell people that all the time. You are not defined by your past, but by your present. And you can only decide what that present is. You can decide what it looks like, but you don't have to stay there. Yes, it happened. It wasn't easy. It wasn't pretty. It was hard. It was ugly, but you can overcome. Guess what? You did overcome. So move on and learn to move on. I mean, it's not easy. We say things all the time, but it's not easier.
Right.
It's easier said than done.
Oh, we easy. Like I said, we are actresses and actors, and we do well. And that's just like Jacqueline Wilson, and she is spoken word gifted.
Yes,
She's
gifted.
been in for the last 4 years for support. She brought her daughter.
They're
with her
coming
to tell
back this
stories.
year?
Yes.
Yay.
It's awesome. I mean, just the support. And I praise God for the support. And if you are able, I know you're busy all the time, but if you could come again, because like again, when you came last year, I was just like, what? You know?
Gifted doesn't even do poetry anymore,
No.
but she will jump out the box to be used by God.
Yes.
She has this amazing gift, but to know that, like I tell people all the time, it don't be for us.
Right.
It's for somebody else. And so for her to always come out of retirement, she came out of retirement for me. She came out of retirement for Chris. I'm like, girl, you want to stop, but God is telling us we need to call you for this delivery.
And she's not hesitant at all.
At all.
I mean, I could text her and say, well, you're available? So I'll be there. If I can be there, I'll be there. And she's just awesome. It's just awesome to have the support of these queens. And, I use your symbol, queen, because when you first started with I Am Queen, I understand why you have that out there. I understand why your event is so special.
Yeah.
Because you know what? It's hard to identify us queens. It's hard
Yes.
to identify yourself as being a queen, because you think about all your faults. You think about all the things that you've been through. You think about all the things you did not achieve
Right.
or not speak on. But then think about all the things that you did do.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the fact that you got up and you raised those children, and now they might be in college, or you got them through times, or you woke up
Yes.
and you were beat down yesterday
Yes.
and went out and worked on that job that you hate or don't like, but you did what you had to do. So
Yeah.
we all can survive. You are a queen, yes, and should recognize your faults, because your faults will keep you going. Okay?
That they do.
So, it's awesome. And again, I hope people can come out if they're available to my 5th annual a domestic violence solidarity walk. Stop the violence, point blank, period. That's going to be at the Bond Hill Recreation Center, which I want to praise them because they have done it every year.
Every year.
Without fail, at 1501 Elizabeth Place. Okay, and it's going to be at 10 o'clock. We're going to walk at 10 to Woodward High School, back to the facility where I will put on a program. And I'm going to have light refreshments.
Yes.
Definitely going to have water so that everybody can neutralize themselves and get back into the spirit. But if you have a story, or if you have someone that you're walking for, or you want to just show the support for someone, bring them out by all means. You don't have to tell your story, but sit and listen.
Yes.
Because you know what? Somebody could say something to give you that strength for the next day. And if you're going through anything, I'm talking about my young folks, I am offering school credit for community credit. You can come on out. I will sign off for you just to sit there
Yes.
and listen.
Yes.
Because there's power in knowledge.
It
and
is.
that's what we're trying to do. And that's why we women as queens work together. And Ebony J, I appreciate you for having me on here.
Oh, no problem.
you so
I
much.
love it when you come through. This is 100.3 Cincy's R&B station, 101.1 The Wiz, and 1230 The Buzz. In here with Mr. Novia, who is inviting us all to the 5th annual Domestic Solidarity Walk. And guess what? This event is free. Get up early in the morning and come be a part of this event. It's going to be on November the 2nd at the Bond Hill Recreation Center. And, of course, that's 1501 Elizabeth Place. Come out. I'm telling you, it's truly a blessing. You're going to walk to Woodward, and then when you come back, there's a whole event. And the event is not long, but you're going to have some things that you can take away. You're going to hear some stuff from some survivors. You're going to hear some poetry, some spoken word. Some people are gonna share their stories, and then you're gonna learn how you can protect yourself. And I think that is so important. You have another event coming up this month too, right?
Get your pitch on.
Get your pitch on.
And that is October 26th.
So what is that event like? Because it's a little bit different.
It's networking. That's what that is.
Okay.
And it's going to be at the Olaf Hotel. It's a 9701 in Westchester. So it's basically just come out and network. We're offering where vendors can come out and display their items, as well as we're going to have a raffle. We're going to be giving away cash and gifts as well. So people just come out and work with each other and talk to each other and learn each other and support each other and move on with each other and stop worrying about who's going to get there first, and let's just get there together.
Period.
So networking, yes, get your pitch on. Yes.
So you're inviting small businesses out?
Small businesses, big businesses, side businesses. Just out for
just
a business,
come on
trying
through.
to make a business, absorb a business, whatever. Yes, October 26th, and it's exciting, and it's from 4 to 7.
4 to 7.
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
And is this a paid event? Or there a cost to this event, or is it free?
Eventbrite, Eventbrite.com.
Eventbrite.
Eventbrite. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Eventbrite.com.
And type in. What do they type in when they go to Eventbrite.com?
Get your pitch on.
Get your pitch on. Get your pitch on.
Yes.
Get your pitch on. Look, got me thinking about Missy Elliott. But
Yeah, right.
it's a nice event to come basically network.
Right.
Come learn about different people doing businesses in your community. And I guess the whole point is just to network, right?
Just to network, and then also just to listen and learn. Okay, you got businesses that are coming out getting their pitch on, to letting you know this is how I got started, this is where I'm at, this is where I'm going, this is where I'm going to be. Come join me if you like. But if you got something, or you just have a thought of a startup, this is inspiration to start it. Because it's nothing more dangerous than to sit there and think about, I thought of that, and then go back to sleep. Because while you sleeping, somebody else is pitching. So you need to join in on the pitch and be on that homebound when everybody walk in with their pride and joy, and say, this is what I did. This is something you can represent to your children, the youth. It's about time they start seeing some leaders. It's about time for them to start naming some leaders. It's about time for them to look at you and say, okay, I can do that.
I can do that too. So we're not saying you can't bring the youth. Bring the youth, especially if they're thinking about doing a business, lawn care service.
Right.
Maybe they want to do some hair, sell some food, whatever it is.
Right.
Look, tell them to come on out so they can see how a pitch really goes.
Right, exactly.
I love it. I like the idea. Look at you. Just,
Oh, no, but I'm inspired by you, young girl.
Oh, I love how you're creating different platforms, not just for domestic violence, but just for other platforms, just for us to be able to communicate. You say, I hear you, and you hear the people. The people need that support, and you're providing it, and that's what it's all about.
And likewise.
So let everybody know where they can, when they can listen to you, because you're on the radio too, right?
Right. Oh, yes.
My
All
sister,
right.
my radio sis.
I hear you, Cincinnati. This is Synovia Binded at WAIF 88.3 FM. And yes, working together works. All right?
Yes.
And that's why I'm here at 100.3 with Miss Ebony J. Because you know what? It's not about, she works over here. Or they over here at this radio show. Or they over here at TV. We're talking about a community. And let me tell you, in the end, we all got to march together and do all those parades together.
Yep.
All right? So thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for coming. And I hope you're going to meet me at the Solidarity Walk that's going to happen November the 2nd. It starts at 10. Be on time if you want to eat before you come. You might want to do that. But like she said, there's going to be light refreshments. So, you can get you some water, some apples or oranges, when you get finished. Yes. And it's free. This event is free at the Bind Hill Recreation Center. And again, don't forget about October 26th. Get your pitch on. It's happening from 4 to
7.
Okay, and
October 26th.
And it's going to be where?
It's going to be at the Aloft Hotel. It's a new hotel.
Okay.
And it's at 9701 in Westchester. And that's the other thing, supporting new businesses.
Yes.
It's a new business. All right, it is black owned.
Yes.
And it's just support.
Black people own hotels.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So support.
We appreciate you again. Thank you so much for coming in. This is Community Conversations on 100.3. Cincy's R&B station, 101.1 The West, and 1230 The Buzz.